Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another speed build. Today we are going to be recreating this lovely little cottage up here in the corner. I pulled this from Facebook a long time ago and I kind of just put it in my folder of maybe to be recreated later, and today was the day. So that is what we are doing today. We're recreating this cottage, and I thought it looked really witchy and cool, so I wanted to make it into a spellcaster's cottage, and that is what we did. I have created the basic shape so far. I was going to use those rounded rooms maybe on the one side, but I didn't want to put myself through that, so I decided to change it to just some regular octagonal shaped rooms. And then upstairs here, we are just coming up with the upstairs floor plan. I got rid of that little section in the front because that's going to be an overhang, and then I added the dormer shapes. And out front here, we're now adding the platforms that make up the steps that go up to the front door. It took me a very long time, so I cut out most of the boring parts, but had to make a whole bunch of little shapes until I got the shape that I wanted, and then I ended up cutting out little corner pieces just to get that kind of, I don't know, that very irregular shape to these steps. It wasn't easy, and I also wanted to make sure there was no routing issues getting up to the house, or if you had guests. I didn't want it to be a pain in the butt to play in this home, so I tried my best to make it very functional but still look very cool. And I did play test this a lot, so you'll see in these screenshots that I did pull a sim from the gallery, and I will put her info up on the screen later on in the video, or I'll just put it in the description box, one or the other. Up here you'll see on the roof I am using some more platforms to kind of make this rounded overhang on the far side of the house, and that ends up being kind of a flat roof situation, and then just adding some regular gabled roof piece on top, and then a hipped roof on this side, and I do angle it ever so slightly. I also break out the hotkeys to give me some more options for the angle, because I thought it wasn't quite so, I don't know, it wasn't quite so whimsical of a little decline as I would have liked. So I do change that later on. Also adding a rounded roof piece, but then I quickly changed it up and decided to add another platform piece on this side to give more of the illusion of having a dual layered home, which you can't really do in The Sims. Is either the first floor or the second floor. You can't do like a half floor. You can't have, you know, those kinds of shapes, so you have to kind of mess around with it until it looks about the same. And then I added the big circular window from Realm of Magic, which I thought fit perfectly right upstairs in that little loft space, right at the overhang, which is super nice. And then back here also repeating more of these rounded roof pieces, this like circular roof piece with a little point on it. I thought it was perfect back here. Obviously I don't have any photos of the back of this home. I don't know if it's an AI generated home or if it's just really heavily edited, but I figured could just use some creative liberties in recreating that part. And then also another little half-hipped roof here, just trying to get the angle to be similar so that it looks like one big continuous roof piece here in the back. And then I change up the shape of the chimney to make it, you know, a little bit more whimsical, a little bit more fun, and adding a long skinny roof piece onto the side. And then we are going to be pulling out our windows. So these tall skinny windows I believe are from Snowy Escape, and then the columns are from Get Together. So Snowy Escape and Get Together I used in conjunction with each other a lot in this build. Like these windows here are from Get Together over on this side, because I wanted that like dual window shape that they had. I didn't like a lot of the tall windows, and they didn't quite match the same wood tone. So I thought that pairing these two together from Get Together would work really nicely, and I imagine you can open them obviously, but of course in The Sims they don't have a lot of options for those open window pieces. And then here we are adding the siding from Horse Ranch in this like chocolatey brown color. I really like that. And then the rest of it is a stone texture from Discovery University. I like that stone as well. It does look very whimsical and fun and kind of like gingerbread cottage in my opinion. And then I had to add a second column on top because those columns don't extend all the way up, sadly. And here is some more platform trim up in the front, some stone, some concrete, and some wood. And the upper level of this house has this dark black texture of the same siding from Horse Ranch. It's just a different swatch, and then more of the stone as well. And now you'll see I'm making these stairs here. I'm trying to make them work. Those are from Seasons. I just kind of wanted them to be simple. And up here at the overhang into the kitchen and dining space overlooking, I added these large open air windows. Those are just base game. They're the mission style windows. And another outside window from Get Together in that gabled piece, and then some more windows from Snowy Escape as well. Now I'm going to be working on the floor plan. So this room here in the back left is going to be the bedroom, and then I add a door from Realm of Magic as well to the interior, and also a back door from Realm of Magic, just a little bit bigger than the front door, but I think that the back door being larger is okay. And then in the kitchen, we have our countertops going in, also from Realm of Magic. And I also picked the appliances from Realm of Magic later on, plus a Crystal Creations table there. I thought the console table would be nice to put our kitchen clutter on, since we won't be using overhead cabinets. There's not really a lot of space for overhead cabinets, so maybe that's where she keeps all of her doodads and other goodies. And then over here, a platform at the entryway from the front door to the rest of the home, and I close off the kitchen so that I can add an archway from Realm of Magic as well. I really like this archway. It's very whimsical and fun. I think it has a nice segue into the rest of the home, and then a platform trim as well on that stair landing. And then over here to the bathroom, I added the sink, the toilet, and the shower, all from Realm of Magic. I really like that matching set, and I kind of wanted an excuse to use it, because when do I have an excuse to use the big peacock sink? Hardly ever. So that is where we went with that. I do end up getting rid of that little weird triangular piece in the bathroom as well later on, and very quickly you'll see I added the bed from high school years because it has that really cool witchy swatch in it, like the purple and the moons and stars. I really thought that was nice. And then outside we're just adding some finishing touches, a half wall on top of the chimney, and also adjusting the windows and adding some trim in between the lower and upper floors. And out here on the windows, we're adding some flower boxes. These are from University, these little brown ones with the tiny flowers. I put them all around the top floor here. Later on, you'll also see I add some wisteria, like some creeping wisteria and vines. That is from the Cottage Living debug, and I think it looks really, really nice in the end, because I did want to make it look a little bit more overgrown, a little bit more fun. But for right now, we just have these little window boxes from University, but I think that they blend in really well with the rest of the wood tones and with the style. It's very storybook style. And then out here, we're also adding from Get Famous, actually, some debug flower boxes out in the very, very front. And I also add some corbels here at the roof line. And they didn't quite fit the best. And I was also having trouble because I'm still without a actual functioning keyboard. I have to plug in an external keyboard. And sometimes it gives me trouble because it's not as good as my original keyboard. But I did figure it out in the end. All the roof eaves get some corbels, and then here's some of that wisteria going in along with another flower box in the front. I thought that those like kind of weeping flowers at the very top window, the circular window, would really kind of blend it all together. And then just adding some different concrete and tile flooring to the platform steps. Here is some chimney pieces from University as well, using tool mod just to size them up ever so slightly, and then adding some more roof decorations, some more chimneys, and this little spire, just because I thought it made it kind of blend in, and it did look similar to the image that is unfortunately not here anymore, but you will see it again at the end when we get to our final live mode footage of just the front of the house. Changing the swatch slightly on this stone, I just made it like a darker stone because I thought it looked a little nicer. And then back in the kitchen, we're using the same stone we use outside, and I just put it all along these outside walls. I thought that it just kind of brought the outside in a little bit. And then I add some curtains. These are the Blooming Rooms curtains, these vining curtains. I really enjoy those. And then in the middle, I have placed the Paranormal Stuff Pack curtains. And I was playing around with the swatches for a really long time, so I finally figured out those are the ones I want to use, with like the white and the blue and the purple is just very fun and whimsical. And some brick from the Cottage Living pack, because I really liked the neutral tone on that. Also the light from Cottage Living, because it's just very, very easy to use, very fun, and it's very simple. I didn't want it to seem overly witchy. I just wanted it to be a little bit witchy in here. Maybe she's an incognito spellcaster, so added some appliances, got a coffee maker and a dish rack. And then over here, we are going to be putting a dishwasher because that is essential, and some berries and cream over on the table, a nice cookbook, some plates, a little scale for measuring ingredients, and then I just use alt placement to put them where I want them on the table. And I think that's pretty much it, other than a smoke detector for all the kitchen appliances and such. And I add a table from Paranormal because I like the tone on that, like the dark purpley tone, as well as the matching chairs from Paranormal. That ends up being the normal dining table. And then the rug underneath it, I believe I end up pulling it out. I believe it's from Laundry Day, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it's the one from Laundry Day. And the light on the table was from Crystal Creations as well. And then we are back in the bedroom. I'm just pulling out these matching curtains from high school years to put on the windows behind the bed. The one in the middle is a little bit up higher than the other two on the side, but I thought that was kind of cool. So I kept it that way. I liked the way that it looked. And then we are picking out the matching rug as well from high school years, and also a tapestry from high school years. And then I put this crystal table in the bedroom at first, but I do end up getting rid of it in lieu of just putting the dresser that you see here. I move it to the other side. That is also from Realm of Magic. And then we are in the bathroom, and I use the Riviera Retreat tile on the wall and just some base game tile on the floor. I really like the Riviera Retreat tile, is like super shiny and fun. So I put that on the wall and I thought it actually looked really nice in here. I haven't used it yet in a build, so I thought it would be a good time to just try it out and see how I like it. Also, these curtains from the Cozy Bistro kit in this lovely black swatch, because I don't know, they're just fun. They're just so fun and easy to use. I figured why not? And then we added a plunger and a toilet paper roll as per usual from Bathroom Clutter Stuff. And then we have our light, and that one is actually from For Rent, but I like how ornate it looks. And I also add a robe to the side of the wall and some plants in here. This one is from Crystal Creations, and then another end table with some plants on it from Bloomin' Rooms. And also we have some towels and some lotions and some other doodads, and we have a little mushroom, which I thought was fun, little mushroom like music box from Werewolves. And over here on this side of the wall, I just add a normal towel, base game towel, on a rack because I thought it made sense, and a little poster too from Crystal Creations to bring in some more of that purple. Then out here we have the living room space coming together. So that console table is from Bloomin' Rooms. It matches the one in the bathroom. Also the hanging plant from Bloomin' Rooms. And then I picked out this cow plant in a terrarium because that's just very, very fun and paranormal to me. That's from Paranormal Stuff Back. And then some hanging wall ferns, I think also from Bloomin' Rooms. And then this couch is also from Paranormal. I went really paranormal heavy, a lot of Bloomin' Rooms, lots of like Snowy Escape and Get Together. I was really trying to make it seem cottagey and fun and really colorful, really youthful. So I hope that you enjoy it. If you do, and you have not already, please make sure to subscribe to the channel so you know when I post new videos. And if you like this build, please like it and leave a comment. Let me know what you'd like to see next. I'm always open to suggestions and to hear what you would like to see next. Also, the wallpaper in here is a mix of Paranormal and also the stone texture from the outside, which is from University, in case you didn't catch that. And then over here, I'm just adding more of these base game candelabras all over the place because I thought that that was nice instead of having some other big wall lights, and some artwork from Realm of Magic just right here at the entryway. And I think that's pretty much it for the living room space. So up top here in this lovely area, we have the crystal table in the corner, and then I have the computer desk over here as well. I think I may actually have gotten rid of that crystal table and I just put a little sitting area in there, but it is very, very possible that you could put that back if you'd like. I just thought that it looked a little cramped because I do also end up adding a cauldron in here, and I didn't have enough room after all was said and done to have the crystal table and the cauldron. So I decided cauldron is more important for Spellcaster, but if you ever want to add the crystal table, it is a very good possibility that you can do so. So we have the rug going in. That's another rug from high school years. I really like that one. And then I am creating this little railing situation here at the stairs. That railing is actually from the Courtyard Oasis kit, but we will come back to that in a little bit. Out here, we're trying to recreate the planters and the overgrown ness of the cottage in the inspiration photo. So pull out a lot of debug plants, and I just use alt placement and the tool mod to get everything where I need it to be. I just wanted these debug planters to be filled with flowers. I also pulled out those like lilies in a wooden box, but I think I decide against that later. And then also this other plant, this jade plant from Bloomin' Rooms, I just try to put it on the step right here in the front. And then I add another whole bunch of debug plants. We have lots of lavender, we have a lot of these black-eyed Susans, and a lot of wildflowers, and I'm just throwing them all over the place. Also this thistle, which is from Romantic Garden Stuff. I really like that one. I have used that one pretty often, especially in the more neutral swatches. I think it's very usable. And then some wildflowers. Again, I think those are from the Cats and Dogs debug, actually. And then some more plants. My very favorite tall tree bush thing, and then some more of the matching smaller shrubs all around the side, plus wildflowers, also some more flower boxes, some more lavender. I just went all out. Here's some more corbels going in on the roof line. Again, they gave me a lot of trouble. They didn't quite want a place where I wanted them, but I did manage to work it out. And then here, instead of the static pavers, I decided to just use some terrain paint and also some of these rocks from the Riviera Retreat kit, because I think that they end up making the home look just a little bit more whimsical, a little bit more friendly. And I also changed the terrain paint a little bit more. I add a little bit of dirt on top of it to blend it in a little better. Upstairs here we have the bookshelf from Crystal Creations, and I have expanded the room a little tiny bit so that I can fit in some more things. And then I also had to expand the roof pieces because of that. But I think that it works out really well. There's enough room upstairs for all kinds of activities, and also just for moving around, like routing purposes. I think it's a lot easier to move around in. So here's that bookshelf again over there, and then I add some plants to the corner, and also a little hutch that has like potions and witchy stuff in it. I end up putting it on this side of the room. Here I am just moving this office space over a little bit, and also maybe changing the size of the leaf curtain thing, again from Bloomin' Rooms. Here's that sitting area I was talking about going in here. Maybe this is like her little reading nook. And I have an end table from Realm of Magic, and I also use this floating crystal light from Realm of Magic up here. So yes, if you wanted to add the crystal table or move the computer desk somewhere else, or have the crystal table in the bedroom where I had it originally, you totally can. I just didn't want it to be too difficult to move around. So if you want to have that there, you can see there is enough room to do so. I just thought that this maybe looked a little bit nicer. And then I have these werewolves plants going in the corner there just because they needed something there to fill the space, and moving everything over just so I can fit in that long Realm of Magic painting. And here is a rug from Realm of Magic. I did have to size it down twice and center it underneath the cauldron because it lights up really pretty, and I think it just looks super nice. And a flying broom that has to go on the back wall. I also pulled out a familiar orb and put it on the computer desk, and another one of these tables from Crystal Creations, on which I decided to place a whole bunch of potion bottles. These are all from the debug from Realm of Magic. Also a magic wand, and I pull out some like crystal making doodads, that's also from debug, some magical plants and magical plant seeds, and then I just use alt placement to get everything where I want it to be, including this wand holder that is also from Realm of Magic. Obviously, I believe that's in the debug menu as well, and the wand does slot to it, which is nice. So I used tool mod just to get it back down to where I needed it to be. It was not at the right height. Same with this is actually like a jewelry making in progress set at the bottom, so I used tool mod to get that where I need it to be. And here's the bedroom. You'll see I have the tapestry, the mirror is from Growing Together, and then we had the same dresser from before, more of these plants from Werewolves, and I just kept it really simple. So you could in fact fit the crystal table in there if you really wanted to. But, you know, that's totally up to you if you download this home, which is up on the gallery now, by the way. And we have some more of this wisteria going in now. This is where I decide to go all out on the exterior. I also pull out this piece of vining something or other from Horse Ranch, and that is in the debug and live edit menus as well. And I use tool mod to try to get it just underneath where the flower box is, because I wanted it to kind of look like it was perched on top of the tiny little overhang that the trim makes. And that was the whole idea, was like this kind of like an overgrown, it's coming out of the flower box but underneath it, and more of this wisteria. I had to really play around with the placement of this as well, because it kept trying to snap to the other wall. But I think it looks really, really nice in the end. And then I use it all over the place here. I just trail it all along the top of the roof line. And I did put the roof up to make sure that it wasn't clipping, and I had to, adjust it accordingly. But I really like the vining wisteria all over the exterior of this house because it looks very overgrown, like it's been here for a while, but it just kind of, nature does its own thing, and luckily there's lots of spells to be had to maintain your home when you are a spellcaster in The Sims, so I think it looks really, really cool. Here's some more wisteria in the front as well, just to blend everything in, and I really hope that you enjoyed this one. Let me know also what you'd like to see next, because I know there's a new pack coming out very shortly. Today is the 14th, I'm recording this, but I know there's another pack coming out soon, maybe in a couple weeks, 2 weeks. So if you want to see something cool with that, or maybe in preparation for the new pack, let me know, because I'm a little stumped at the moment. I'm also still waiting to hear when my new keyboard is going to be in, so I can take my computer in to get that installed. Yay. Can't wait for that. Don't know how long I'm going to be without a computer this time, so trying my best to get as much out as I can now. And you'll also see I added some more vines, some more flowers. Here's some more flower boxes going in the back, because it needed something more in the back actually attached to the home, and I wanted it to look really fun out here as well. And in the backyard I do end up adding a bunch of flower boxes to grow all kinds of herbs, vegetables, fruits, magical plants, etc. I think there's a couple trees I had her plant as well, like an apple, a lemon tree. I did try to make sure that there were plants here that she would need for casting spells, like all the ingredients that you would need. And then we are adding some fencing from Cottage Living. I also add the fence gate to the very back, and I'm just moving all of these plants around. All these plants kind of came on the lot. I just shuffled them around and made them work and put other plants around them. I didn't really want to get rid of them because I thought they fit nicely in here. So here's those flower boxes. They are from Werewolves. They look very rustic. Also a flower arranging table, because why not? And then we have the Henford on Bagley wedding arch thing. That's from Cottage Living. I just thought that looked like a nice little entryway to the side yard, and I just closed this little area off here, so it was like a closed in garden space, and adding some dirt and terrain paint to the entirety of the outside of the build because it needed to be blended in. And then in the back I also repeat the same kind of pathway that I used in the front here with this like stonework terrain paint, and I believe I also add more of these Riviera Retreat stones that lead to the side entryway gate. Also these lovely yellow flowers from Growing Together Debug, because I think they're so pretty and they're very versatile. You can use them in all kinds of builds. Here's more of those stones going in, like I said, and I just try to arrange them in a very organic way. I've been using those a lot lately. In case you haven't noticed, they were in the campground video as well, but they're just so easy to use and they're fun, and I do enjoy using the debug and live edit ones that we have to be very meticulous about, but these are just so easy and I like them a lot. So here's pretty much the basic interior of the home. Also adding some trash cans so we would not forget that. And this is the last look at the home and the inspiration image next to each other. I hope that you enjoyed this one. I think it came out really, really close to the inspiration image. So if you'd like to download it, it's up on the gallery under Spellcaster Cottage. And I look forward to talking to you guys soon. I hope you enjoyed this one. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys.